Hello folks, and welcome back to our playthrough of the Siege of Avalon. In the last episode we completed chapter 4, we took out the traitor Avalon, and we started chapter 5, which is the mage chapter. We took a little run to Elazar's tower, returned to find Elazar is ill, and now we have to talk to Pell here for whatever reason. Good afternoon to you, Anubis. I've been told by Elrath that you request my presence. How may I assist? Through the aid of some particularly powerful divination spells, I've discovered what has been ailing myself and some of the others. I have seen into the astral plane, and I have seen shamans speaking to our comrades. I couldn't tell who, as the faces were hazy, but their garb was as ours, and they stood there on the astral plane, listening to the shaman speaking to them. They must have the power to summon a portion of a person's mind to that astral plane. I suppose because of its properties, little is known about the astral plane as of yet. There's no telling what they're planning, or how long they have been doing this, but it must be stopped. Please continue, Pell. How can we stop this? I wish I could tell you. What little I could see faded to a haze in the distance. The information on astral projection is as sketchy as the information on the astral plane itself. Besides, a half-dozen shaman would notice you there and see your cord. If they sever your cord, you would die, so you must be there physically. And how will I accomplish that? The best hope you have is Elrath's portal. If he has managed to get it running by now, he may be able to send you to the astral nexus. That is, after all, where we believe it was intended to go. I'm afraid I don't know what you must do to stop this shaman plot. Very well, I shall meet with Elrath presently and discover a plan. Splendid. We shall all sleep better once you have returned. Doubly so when you succeed. I will not fail, milady. Farewell. Alright, so it looks like the shaman are using some manner of astral projection to interfere with the thoughts of, I don't know if it's just any people in Avalon or if it is just the mages in Avalon. Because Elazar, it seems, is probably someone currently suffering from this, so. Good day, Anubis. It is good to see that you are well. Well met, Elrath. I have spoken with Pell and she has told me that... Yes, but listen, the portal works now. Nightstands, vases, rats, and humans alike can pass through the portal with no ill effect. That's good news indeed, Elrath, because I have a request to make of you. Oh, and what might that be? Pell has informed me that shaman are summoning the spirits of some of our fellows to the astral plane. She does not know exactly what these shaman are doing, but fears the worst. Now that I think of it, she explained that she was feeling ill some time ago. I'm not surprised that she looked into it the way she did. After all, she's never been a sickly thing. So you need to go to the astral plane, do you? I believe the portal was originally intended to transport its users to the astral plane. So if I don't try to plot its exit point, you should arrive close to where you wish to go. Should. Are you sure of this? Oh, don't worry. I know that wherever the portal goes is hospitable to life. And the carvings that haven't worn off suggest it is indeed the astral plane. The destination was fixed when the portal was created, so I cannot guarantee that it will deposit you close to where you need to be. Is there anything I should remember during my travels? I'm afraid I have little in the way of advice for you on your journey, because very little is known about astral travel. It is disappointing that the Shahul have managed to discover it first. Except... Yes, Elrath, what has occurred to you? Yes, this is indeed important, and I'm glad you thought to ask. Magic should work with very little hindrance on the astral planes, but I seriously doubt that unenchanted weapons will do any damage to the projected images of the shaman you will encounter. If you doubt your casting abilities, you will need to procure such a weapon, if you do not already have one. I'm sure one of the blacksmiths, or Tempest, I think, or Lucas, Lufkin, one should have such a sword. Thank you for the advice, Elrath. Before I forget, I must also teach you a spell that will aid you tremendously there. It is a minor protective spell, one that can be taught quite easily to one with your advancing magical skill. It protects against magical effects, which are likely to be the only offense employed against you while you travel the astral plane, or the astral nexus. The fact that they go between astral plane and astral nexus is kind of confusing here. Thank you, Elrath. Is there anything else I should know? Not that I can recall. The portal is activated, and I shall keep a close watch on it, so that it stays open for you. That, and to ensure that nothing else comes through. I'm not sure the shaman's projected selves could cross the threshold, but their spells, and anything they decide to summon, could quite conceivably do so. Good luck, Anubis. Thank you, Elrath. I shall see you soon. Alright, I'm not sure if I should bring any companions on this quest, or even if I necessarily could. Does he have anything? Not really, he doesn't really have anything to say to me, so let's take a look. So apparently I have a new spell here. Yeah, I have protection from magic now. Well, not too bad then. Oh, I also have Blizzard here. That's new. When did I learn that? Oh, okay. It's a neat little thing. I don't remember learning that. Well, let's pick up Felix Apprentice. And we're going to pick up Wyatt as well. So before we leave, I think we're going to... Well, let me see. Can I... Okay, I can replace the quiver that Wyatt has there, which is good. Because I want to try and put on... Let's go with ice, I think, for Wyatt here. And I don't suppose Wyatt has kind of leveled up or anything. Well, he has strength 19. He might be able to use that one elven bow I had. Did I drop it off here, or is it back? It's back in the outer keep. It's always a pain trying to remember where exactly you've placed things in this game. But I do give this game credit for actually giving you, you know, locations that you can store items and that sort of thing. Because a lot of games kind of take the easy way out, where you can't actually do anything with it, which is, you know, very disappointing. All right. So it looks like Wyatt can use the elven fine longbow. And we'll probably want to give Wyatt a little measure of rings of protection, I think. So one of cold and one of fire. Or the general. We'll give him a magic protection ring, I think. Next for Felix here. Oh, gotta find somewhere that I can drop off all this crap here. Or at least some of it. because a lot of this I really don't need. Yeah, he's got that Mystic Claw that does a boost to mana, so... Okay. So, let's talk with Felix Apprentice here. Give him a couple things of protection as well. We'll do a fire, and we'll do a cold. Actually, apparently he can only receive one of them. So maybe we'll give him just a regular magic one then? Electric. Electric. There's the one of magic, okay. Okay, so he has complete resistance of 8 and then 40. I do kind of want to test this out a little bit. Let's look at electric here. Okay. So currently he has 69. Oh, that's actually not showing me the specific. Okay, let's try this then. Easy now. So that did about half of his health. He has a little bit of cold resistance. It's so hard to actually gauge what sort of resistance is going on. Let's see. Stay with that. We'll do another test just to see how the cold is. So the last one took about half his health. That one again takes about half his health. So now let's give him resistance from magic. That takes his magic resistance up to 70. And we'll try another frost. It still takes him down to half. So I think ultimately magic is sort of a different thing. I don't know what spells necessarily are affected by it, but yeah, either way, I'm not exactly too thrilled about all of it. Alright, so we have, when I visited Elrath today, he was quite excited, for his transference of the enchantment from the ring to the portal has worked flawlessly. He has already tested it and is sure it is safe. As safe as a centuries-old mystical portal can be, I suppose. When I told him that I would need to use it to walk the astral plane, he was a bit surprised, but after I told him why it was necessary, he relented. As parting advice, he told me that only magic, or magically enchanted weapons, could inflict damage on the astral plane. In addition, the carvings that were left on the portal suggest something that must be true if I am to succeed, that the astral plane was indeed the portal's original destination, which makes the role of the mysterious lurkers seem even stranger. I'm not sure why the lurkers are strange. I mean, we already know that they used to be human of some kind. Oh, we're going in. So that little marker shows Avalon. Well, we have a bunch of Naga that have attacked us here. Interesting. A broken obelisk. What does my adventure thing say? Nothing so far. Felius? Oh! Our dead guy from, the dead necromancer. What spirit is this who stands before me? Speak, fellow lost soul, for you are the first spirit of my own kind that I have been able to reach out to on this desolate plain. Are you on your final journey to the good spirits? Or are you simply traveling through here on the way to some distant world? My name is Felius, formerly a necromancer of Avalon. Who are you, stranger? And from where do you originate? Felius, I thought you had died destroying the lich beneath Avalon. Am I speaking to a ghost? Could it be? Anubis, is that you? Did that diabolical lich end your mortal existence as thoroughly as he did mine? I felt so certain in my final moments that you had survived, even as I became aware that my struggle with the lich was just beginning. Fear not, spirit of my friend. I live still, though apparently you have become lost on your journey to join the spirits of the past departed. Yes, this is a most unnatural condition that I seem to find myself in. The apparition you see before you is but a projection of my true spirit, which is locked in battle with the tattered mass of evil that is the Lich's spirit. Though I have held my ground easily against this fiend, I have been unable to free myself from our struggle. This is terrible news, Felius. How has this happened? Though I am unsure of the precise nature of what has occurred to me, I have some theories about what happened. You see, after a spirit is separated from the body following death, it normally passes immediately into the realm of the spirits. If this doesn't happen, for any number of reasons, the spirit may be bound to the physical world in which it died. Since I am neither bound to the world or to the realm of the spirits, something extraordinarily unusual must have occurred when I died. I have two primary suspicions of what this may have been. Please continue, spirit. Perhaps we can come up with some way to free you, so that you may find your proper resting place. Such is my only wish now, Anubis. Very well. As I was saying, I have two main suspicions as to the cause of my current state. Most likely, it is a simple case that my present fate is a direct result of my pursuits in necromancy. Over time, being exposed to and experimenting with the very essences of life and death, I have somehow altered the properties of my own spirit. My other theory is that the Lich, near the end of our confrontation, must have made some sort of direct assault on my spirit. The assault failed, thanks to my extensive arcane defenses I had woven around myself for just such occasions, but not entirely. My spirit remains, but I lack the strength to break free of his attacks and reach my final destination. That's terrible, my deceased friend. Is there any way in which I may help? I doubt it, but thank you for offering. You wouldn't believe how hard it is for me to focus myself enough to be visible to you. In fact, you are the first person who I have been able to make myself appear before in this place. I must say, Anubis, that your concern means more to this lonely spirit than you can possibly imagine. Surely there is something I can do to help. Though there is nothing you can do for me here, you could perform a service in Avalon. Specifically, I would like you to set my skeletal assistant Bones upon a course I have been planning for him to embark for some time. You see, I had always wanted to do my part in the war, but the misunderstood nature of my work prevented me from doing anything directly. One of my final projects was to outfit Bones with the necessary spells to raise an army of benevolent undead guardians, which would then stand tireless watch over Avalon's lower borders. Also, my skeleton may be able to help you find the knowledge needed to solve the mysteries of this plane. What an amazing plan, Felius. Please tell me how I can set this in motion. Bones is ready to go. All he needs is to be activated the utterance of a specific command word in his presence. The word is Mak-Ahasha. Uttering it will cause him to surrender my grimoire, which he has been guarding, and activate the undead controlling enchantments I have placed upon him for this mission. You are welcome to keep my grimoire, obviously. I have little use for it now. I will do as you ask, friend Felius. Farewell. Alright, well, I guess we're going to return back to Bones, down in the crypts beneath Avalon. Also, this was actually a kind of neat little vision of what Felius looks like now. He looks like a mixture of Shang Tsung from Mortal Kombat and like Genghis Khan. Or an undead Genghis Khan. Anyways, let's return back. Also, I noticed I had Fireball selected there. That's not a good thing. Oh, what's this? Bones is already in a set of robes here? Poppity clack. How comes it, skeleton, that you are dressed in your former master's garb? Certainly there is nothing for you to hide.
A skeleton walking down the hallway is likely to frighten some of Avalon's less than military personnel to death. I've no desire to be lynched, but Master's chambers are so moribund.
How considerate of you. And uninteresting as your master's chambers must be, especially since his departure, be careful. You've doubtless been seen, but as much as a recluse as Felius was, I doubt anyone recognized his clothing.
I'm sure no one did. I have been careful, Anubis. I shall not be discovered. If anyone questions you about it, merely mention that I was Felius's assistant. It is, after all, the truth, and it will satisfy their curiosity and put their minds at ease.
Very well, skeleton. You may continue your shenanigans, but you do so at your own risk.
Not that the thought of throwing back the cowl of my hood, cackling ominously, and throwing spells about hadn't occurred to me. In fact, it had occurred to me, and it took me nearly 5 minutes to stop laughing the first time I thought of it.
So long as it does not occur in any other manner. Alright, does he have anything? Oh, he does have a couple other things that he can teach me here. Aura of Steel and Summon Wolf. Yay. Alright, so we learned the 2 spells that we could. I've met with Felius and I have your orders now.
Wonderful. What am I to do?
He wishes to entrust the mission to you. In order to explain the mission, I must speak a command word that Felius has given me. I warn you because this is going to feel a bit weird, Bones.
So the power words will affect me alone? How intriguing. Oh, thank you for the forewarning, Anubis. I am curious to see the power of these words. Master would call me Bones.
I must confess that I don't know what to expect myself. The word is Mak-Ahasha.
Perhaps you have misspoken it. Ah, no, here we go.
His bones glow softly as he twitches almost imperceptibly.
Wow, that was really quite invigorating. But where's my clap of thunder and fanfare?
The robes swell in the area of his chest, and he reaches into his ribcage to remove something.
Hello? What's this?
That would probably be Felius's grimoire. I always figured that, like everything else, it would be in a chest somewhere. He gestures with one bony claw to the book.
Can you explain this?
He starts flipping through the book. Felius said that I could keep his grimoire, as he has little use for it in his present state. He believes he is caught on the astral plane as a result of something that happened in the sorceress battle with the Lich. Anubis goes on to fill Bones in on all the details.
So, let me make sure that I have this correct. He's trapped on the astral plane, still doing battle with that Lich in some manner. and that he wishes me to raise a contingent of undead to protect Avalon's lower levels.
That would be the condensed version, yes?
I see. That would explain the invigorating feeling I just experienced, and the fact that I now know several necromantic spells I was sure I'd never be able to cast. He must have planned this out many, many years ago, before my existence was sparked. But listen to this. While you were talking, I found an entry in Felius's grimoire that might aid him in his departure to a place where the souls of the dead belong.
What have you found, Bones?
It's an alternate method of defeating the Lich by drawing all the remaining bits of its essence into a pseudo-corporeal form, a body, on the astral plane. From there, it is very vulnerable, as everyone is on the astral plane, and can be destroyed by more conventional means of sorcery or might, like a mortal.
That's great news. I'm sure I can destroy that Lich now.
It's wonderful to hear you say that. You will need to bring Felius's grimoire with you on this task, as this particular kind of magic cannot be taught as a conventional spell might. When this is done, Felius will be able to join the realm of the dead, and rest finally at peace.
This is excellent news, Bones. I only want to give one of the heroes of Avalon his due for making the ultimate sacrifice for our safety.
I appreciate the sentiment, Anubis. I shall be off to use the Shahul's remains against them, should they attempt to gain entry to Avalon through its nethers at least. This will be fun. Farewell on your journey.
And to you, Bones, farewell. Well, we found a couple new spells. We got the Grimoire from Felius. Let's see. Big hits to our strength and combat. It does help with our coordination, mysticism, stealth, and perception, and mana, and then gives us some resistance to magic. So let's, I suppose, take off that. We'll equip that. And we're not really using Charm right now, so I think we can use those Hands of the Undying Revenant. Although, now that we've learned those couple spells from our little friend there, let's boost up our Constitution, because that could definitely use a nice boost. Oh, look at our charm there. -10. We've got -30 charm. That's not good. Should I raise up my mysticism as well here? I could do stealth. Perception, I don't know if we'd really benefit too much from that. Well, let's see. How expensive would it be to bring it to that? So that takes us to 50. Yeah, you know what? We'll go to 50 with mysticism. I don't think we'll go any further than that right now. But this should give us a nice boost to the skills that we'll need here. Summon Wolf. Summons a 24 hit point wolf. 2 to 20 piercing, 0 to 16 cutting. Well, that's not too bad. Oh, our frost does 72 cold damage now. Our fireball does 108 heat. Wow. That's a lot. Alright, time to return to the outer keep here. Alright, Felius. You have returned, Anubis. What can this lost soul do for you? I have need of your knowledge and wisdom. Let's see. It would seem I have nowhere to go, nor anyone else with whom to talk. Will gladly share what I know. Let's see. And talking with your skeleton, I may have found a way to free you from this place. Your words give me hope, though I have prepared myself for the worst. I cannot imagine what you plan to do, since I am effectively bound, as long as the Lich's spirit clings to mine. In your grimoire, Bones found an incantation that could force all of the Lich's remaining essence to take form here. With this accomplished, I hope to destroy the monster that holds you. Anubis shows Pelias' spirit the incantation. Am I correct in my interpretation that this is how the spell will perform? Yes, it just might work. Though we can only force him here for a short while, it will make his form as vulnerable as any mortals. Though I cannot make myself solid enough to fight him, I should be able to prevent him from any attempt at nullifying the incantation. Oh, Anubis, you are noble beyond expression. Come, let us be done with this fiend. Cast the spell and let us banish him once and for all. I am ready, Pelias. Proceed with the incantation, Anubis. A long and elaborate string of arcane phrases follows. So mote it be. Mote. What's that? Oh. Here he comes. Strike quickly and without mercy, Anubis. I will finish him once and for all, my tormented friend. Alright. First things first. Let's use a little mana thief. Well, that was interesting. Next. Oh dear. Okay, that's not working too well. Next, fireball, fireball, fireball. No, fireball. Ooh, don't. Ooh, oh, jeez. Okay, there we go. Oh, for a moment there, I was very concerned. Very, very concerned that I was going to completely kill Pelias. But we survived. So that is pretty awesome. With a spell gleaned from Pelias' grimoire, we have managed to force what remains of the Lich onto the astral plane. Through what appeared to be a hole in the very fabric of reality, this vile monster was forced onto the plane with a soul-tearing howl. Though it was a rather fierce struggle, I managed to overcome him. He was even more twisted and malevolent than I remember him being the first time we fought. My dear departed friend Pelias can now complete his journey to the realm of the good spirits. Making this possible has been quite gratifying. After all he has done for me, both here on the astral plane and in the caverns beneath Avalon as well, I feel I owe this to him. I will still miss him, but he is due his final reward. May the good spirits guide him home. My eternal thanks, Anubis. My spirit is now free, and I will depart on my final journey soon. I shall remain for a time, though, in case I can help you with some bit of information or advice. Is there any message you would like me to carry to those still living? When you return to Avalon, make sure you relate the service you have done for me to Eldorath. He should be very interested to hear of this. What else? Have you seen what the Shahul are doing in this plane? As my studies kept me fairly isolated, I paid but little attention to those pesky savages who were besieging Avalon. I was quite amazed to see them traveling freely through this place, since such feats are generally made possible through complex manipulations of potent arcane forces. I had thought their shaman held nowhere near the power that our mages had mastered. Apparently I was quite mistaken. And not long after I arrived here, I saw the shaman meeting with a group of snakemen. By their appearance they can be nothing but Naga, an ancient race with a rather sinister reputation among those scholars who believe in them. From what I could tell, the Naga were all physically on the plane, just as you appear to be. However, nearly all of the shamans seem to be mere projections of their real bodies. At any rate, I suspect that the Naga may have helped advance the Shahul mage's mastery of planar travel. Go on. The Shahul and the Naga, after their initial meeting, proceeded to the nearby temple structure. There, after a fierce struggle, they managed to bind in place a powerful being who dwelled within it. This being must have been a hindrance to their plans, since they have been far more active since she has been confined. What those plans might be, I do not know, save that they would seem to involve the temple in some manner. Do you remember anything else? No, not really, except I do remember something. The shaman led a ghostly woman, royal, to judge from her dress, into the inner sanctum of the temple shortly before they sealed the doors. This was most strange, for she had the appearance of an Avalonian. Anything else? What do you know of these portals between worlds? Portals that are created in the physical world today, like the one you arrived through, are far more rare than the ancient portals that litter this gray and desolate place. The ancient portals can transport a person to locales so distant that they are otherwise impossible to reach. Through astral projection, many mages gain glimpses into these mysterious lands. I myself once traveled astrally to the land of Frosthelm, in search of a great spirit of wisdom known as Muir, who takes the form of an ancient oak. Perhaps you should seek this being out, for its wisdom may aid you on your quest to discover what the Shahul are up to on this plane. Where can I find the entrance to Frosthelm? It is located to the east, on the other side of the southern end of the temple. In order to activate the portal, though, you will need a type of key. It just so happens that I had an item, known as a reef medallion, that I used to achieve necessary focus for a specific and extremely distant astral projection. Since you are here physically, the medallion should open a portal that will allow you to pass into the frigid realm. My skeletal assistant should know where to find it in my former quarters. Anything else? Not really. Alright folks, well that is going to be it for this episode. I know, had a lot of dialogue, but did have at least one decent little battle there with the Lich that we thought we had defeated, but apparently it was only just sending it into the astral plane. So next episode we'll actually be going deeper in and hopefully foil what the Shahul are up to. But thanks for watching, folks. As always, don't forget to subscribe and hit the little bell icon so that you can stay tuned to all my different videos. And if you enjoyed it, leave a like on the video as well. Always helps out the channel. So thanks for watching, folks, and I will see you all next time.